Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. Well, that didn't take long. The Ninth Circuit decided that they're yet again going to play games with our Second Amendment rights. As a matter of fact, the dissenting judge in this case said that it's pretty much Groundhog Day at the Ninth Circuit, and that's from a Ninth Circuit judge. So let's talk about what's going on. Now, real quick before we get started, if you guys find value in content like this, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free, it only takes a second, but it really does help us out here quite a bit, and it helps us spread our message. A thumbs up is always appreciated, and hitting that little alarm bell will get you notified when new videos come out. And if you guys want to join the conversation, the comment section is always where it's at. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. Now, I think that there is this preconceived notion that most of us understand when a Second Amendment case goes up to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that we're going to get an outcome that is not favorable to the Constitution. They're more activists than judges, in my own opinion. It's not that they're looking at the Constitution and taking a look at things objectively. It's that they're searching for anything that can support their preconceived notion that that amendment should not exist. And so we understand, I think most people understand, that when something goes to the Ninth Circuit, it's not going to end in our favor. Well, today is not really any different because that's exactly what we have going on here. Another case where we got a favorable decision from a three-judge panel, which seems to be the typical norm here. We get a favorable decision from a three-judge panel, and then the court decides to take it en banc, completely wipes away everything that that three-judge panel has said, and then the activist judges on the court unite and they overturn it, not in favor of the Constitution. Now, the case that we're talking about today is the United States v. Duarte. This is an extremely important case that we've talked about on this channel before, and this case challenged the Second Amendment prohibition on people who are convicted of non-violent felonies. This case, again, went up to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. It was heard by a three-judge panel, and they found in favor of the Constitution. And so they found that it was unconstitutional to prohibit people who were convicted of nonviolent felonies for the rest of their lives. They said that there was no historical analog to uphold such law as it exists today. So that was a very important and very big win. Well, of course, the entire court, the Ninth Circuit, they didn't like that very much. So that was a decision that came out in May. We are sitting right here in the middle of July, and middle of July, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals decided that what are they going to do? Well, what they do every single time we get a favorable decision when it comes to the Second Amendment, they essentially vacated the three-judge panel's decision, and these are their colleagues, okay? These are people who they work with. They said, nope, you got it wrong, we're going to go ahead and we're going to rehear it, and the entire court is going to rehear it this time. So they decided to take this en banc, completely wiping out the three-judge panel's decision, and now they're going to hear it. So now you got the entire panel that's going to hear it. What do you guys think is going to happen? Well, you guys already know what's going to happen, but why not hear it from the dissenting judge himself, Judge Van Dijk, who clearly lays out exactly what we can expect from the Ninth Circuit in this case. Now, Judge Van Dijk absolutely takes it to his Ninth Circuit colleagues when he says, quote, "What would you do if you were stuck in one place and every day was exactly the same and nothing that you did mattered?" End quote. In the Ninth Circuit, if a panel upholds a party's Second Amendment rights, it follows automatically that the case will be taken en banc. This case bends to that law. I continue to dissent from this court's Groundhog Day approach to the Second Amendment. Now, that's obviously just one paragraph of a much longer dissent, but I don't think he needed to go much further than that. That pretty much states exactly what we expect from the Ninth Circuit. It is Groundhog Day. It's the exact same thing over and over again, no matter what you do. And so we know what's going to happen when you go up to the Ninth Circuit. I think everybody is fairly unsurprised when we hear about stuff like this. But having a Ninth Circuit judge actually point that out is kind of refreshing because we know that if it gets appealed to the Ninth Circuit, we might get a favorable outcome from a three-judge panel, and then they're going to hear it en banc, they're going to overturn that, and then we're going to get an unfavorable decision. If the three-judge panel would have gone the reverse direction and said that it is perfectly constitutional to uphold this prohibition, do you think they would have taken it en banc? Probably not. They probably would have denied it en banc and just simply left it at the three-judge panel's decision. So we know that this is skewed in one direction over another, and I think that Judge Van Dijk has absolutely had enough. He wants to be on an objective court that actually looks at the Constitution and weighs things against it and weighs things against the Supreme Court's existing precedent. This court does not do that. They will twist words, they will delay, they will employ whatever tactic they can so that the outcome is in their advocacy favor and not in the favor of our rights. So again, I wanted to let you guys know about that. Unfortunately, the big win that we had in the US v. Duarte case is now gone. I thought it was a phenomenal decision, and now that doesn't exist anymore. And we got the En Banc panel that's going to hear it next. So, we'll stay on top of it and see what happens. But this affects a lot of people. So, again, it's another 2A one that's going up to the top at the Ninth Circuit. We'll see what happens. But hopefully, maybe it goes to the Supreme Court. We'll see what happens there. I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day.